Guys, how's it going? So we are back at the spot where we've done our Christmas 2024 camp here at this big fallen black oak tree, and we're going to take and start working on trying to convert this into more of a legitimate bushcraft shelter. It is just past lunchtime, and I do want to cook me some lunch, but we're going to take and brainstorm. As you can see, I left the lights here on purpose. I just thought it gave such a really cool look, and I've never run any type of colored or Christmas lights on the inside of a mostly natural bushcraft shelter. I've got a piece of plastic material that I may or may not integrate into this shelter. I kind of just got to have another look and look at what's around. Probably won't be able to finish it today before it gets dark, because I don't want to be tripping and stumbling through the middle of this fallen black oak tree and stuff whenever it's pitch black, even though I did bring some good lights with me. Also taking and trying out some new camo gear. This is a Miltech BDU set with the Phantom Leaf camo. I'll put the exact Phantom Leaf camo model on the screen, but I believe it's Z2. And I just really like the way it looks, because we've also got a new MMSS style Bivy bag in this same camo pattern, which looks really cool. And my allergies are hitting me, so I'm starting to get a bit hoarse. So if I lose my voice before this video is over, apologies there. But I think I'm going to have to cut this out of the way just so I can move back and forth without constantly having to hop over this and trip over these lights. So just kind of have to rerun those a wee bit. And this is a very large area. The whole goal for today, I think, is going to be kind of boxing in that head area up there, and then, like I said, we can come out for a second go round and figure out how we want to just improve on this thing over time. But there's no shortage of materials to work with. Got some jute twine, and that's going to be the cordage that we're going to use to fashion everything. So without further ado, let's get to it. Yeah, there's just a limb right here. I think it's right out of camera shot that isn't really allowing me to get perfect powerful strokes on this. This Wolf Valley Forge axe just chews through wood. Okay, yeah, and now what I want to do is, since we took those lights off from that area, is bring them back and kind of put them between this, what will be the back wall, essentially. And I think that'll just give us the most bang for our buck with the amount of lights that we'll have underneath here. Once again, hoping this all turns out looking halfway decent. This is just being in the middle of a fallen tree. It's a difficult place to record. And that is perfect. Yeah, I didn't bring the power, like any type of power station with me, just because the other stuff that I brought with me, I didn't really feel like carrying the weight, and I knew I probably wouldn't want to finish this. And there's a little bit of wind snow falling. Hoping we have a chance to get some actual snow still this year. So now here's just a look of our area that we get tucked up into. Our feet just come out to right about there with our head up at that end. Oh, this is about as far back right here as I can show you, but we have these branches and then this tree right here that Scott laid over that's still rooted in the ground, and then this fallen pine tree that's leaned up there. So kind of this area that I'm standing in right here, I wanted to take and run some cross members, like some limbs and sticks and stuff right here, and then we'll angle some down right there on the back side, and then we'll see how large that piece of plastic is. Mainly interested in having that just as a way to keep the fine leaf debris from falling straight to the top. Everything else we can just, you know, pile up, and it'll kind of contain itself, because we got all the small limbs and branches and stuff that still have leaves and everything already on them. And then that little thing we just did with the lights there will actually do a little job of retention, but we don't want to put too much weight or strain on the lights themselves. So right here is the piece of plastic I got. So this is an old emergency tube tent that I got for 25 cents because it was slightly damaged. So this stuff isn't super thick, but it's not the thinnest plastic out there, and I thought the bright orange color, you know, may or may not work decent on the inside for you know, helping, you know, just brighten up the enclosed space. So we got that. Now I also brought out this whole little jig of jute twine I just bought. I didn't feel like taking it off, and this thing's really not heavy, but jute twine's great because it's pretty dang inexpensive, and I have left Bushcraft shelters set up for well over a year using jute twine and didn't have any issues with it decomposing too quickly or getting too weak too quickly. So really good option, especially if you're beginning and practicing. So okay, so I'm going to put some more sticks there, but I wanted to try something different and try using the jute twine to act like to weave it in between these sticks I've already got and those trees over there, and just kind of see how that works. Because I've done that to a smaller degree before, but I was just thinking that where this thing right here is a pretty thin material, the more sticks you have on there, the more chance you have of excess holes getting poked into this. And this is a tube tent, so we can either slit it or have it doubled over to increase the overall durability of it, because we only got to really worry about kind of having somewhat of a lean-to shape there over our main head area. So yeah, that's fairly wide with it doubled over. So I think that's how we'll actually keep it. I just need to get some more cross members up here at this top area, and then we'll take and try to get this over the top. Like it is, when I was hiking in, it was pretty windy and breezy, but where we was here last time, this area does stay pretty sheltered. But dealing with plastic like this is always a pain whenever the wind gets up. So let me get just a few more small cross pieces there, and we should be pretty good to go. Okay, and there is a look-see at my impression of a spider weaving a web. But yeah, I think that's actually going to work really well, and I think having those strands of jute twine interweaved around the main supports the way they are will actually add a lot of strength overall for the way that I'm going to be doing this. There it is. Just going to use an acorn here to make a button. There we go. And the color of this thing right here really pops. Because what I think I'm going to do is get some large rocks and stuff to weigh the base of that down, and then just like any of your other debris shelter, we'll just start stacking leaf debris and tiny limbs and stuff on here, just ones that shouldn't interfere with the plastic too much by worrying about it poking holes in it. And now I can just go along the far end of the tree and break off these tips that still have the leaves very well attached to them. And we'll kind of weave these in around the outer edge portion of our wall that we need to be able to block wind and stuff from. And then on top, and since we're leaving the stem portion attached, when we throw on loose leaf debris, some pine needles and stuff, it'll help to lock everything in place. And things are looking good. Just got a few tiny light spots coming through, but even though the wind is blowing from that back direction, nothing is falling out the way that I'm weaving those in there. And I'm kind of extending it back a little bit, and as long as the wind direction don't change, I'm not going to worry about this section as much right now, because we're just doing this at a leisurely pace, just enjoying ourselves. But I am very hungry and didn't have any lunch, so I got a new little firebox style stove that I want to break out to try for the first time and make a can of soup right now. Alrighty, so this is a Serotonin Outdoors firebox stove. I've seen these in a couple of other people's videos already, and I just really liked the modular design of this stove. So I have put it together once, but not actually had a chance to use it. Y'all can tell like I said, it is just such a difference in how windy it is once you get outside of the center of that tree area where we got our shelter. So like, as you can see, like that right there is a grill, little attachment to where you can use this on an alcohol burner, solid fuel. I think they even make a attachment, like an actual stove thing, like isobutane. Straightforward, simple design. Down in there, and that lets plenty of airflow up in the bottom. And then this universal pot stand slash little rack sits in those grooves there. And then I brought out this is a Vulcan titanium lunchbox, bento box, whatever you prefer to call it. Really love this mess tin style design. It's just really easy to cook on, and for a stove with this size and dimensions is just perfect. So, and right here was some of those pieces of fat wood from the last time I was here, but I wanted to try some of this fire tender stuff. Not used it in a hot minute. I don't remember what the burn time was, so I'm going to use about a third of what's in this tiny little tin. And with this type of stove design, I like to have those kind of almost thumb-sized pieces stacked up at the base, because it's still going to suck up plenty of oxygen where you got those channels right there on both sides. So that'll just burn down, let it burn, kind of get a coal base established a little bit quicker. Alrighty, that started to get going pretty good. Get that on there. Get our pan. For our soup, we got some Progresso chicken and noodle. Didn't realize this was a fat-free one, but I've got seasonings and stuff in my food bag. Because I will say, after we get all this situated, we'll probably take this over to our shelter to get it out of the wind. And I got a bunch of nice crackers to go in this as well. But by God, that right there is like it was made for each other. And yeah, as long as you take and cut up little pieces like that, it's really not hard to feed it in from the side up top here. And there we go. Our soup is done. Now we just got to carefully walk her over to her shelter. Alrighty. Yeah, world of difference underneath here. Break out spice wallet. There we go. I'll take and get some black pepper. Where this was a fat-free soup, we're going to touch it with a bit of salt. Doesn't need much. Because we also got some saltine crackers. And some Old Bay. Thing's about half empty right there. I gotta make sure to keep things topped up. And then by taking and crunching up a bunch of crackers, you can have a really hearty stew-like soup. And yeah, that serotonin stove done a great job of heating this up uniformly. Like, this is a titanium mess tin, so you know it conducts heat very quickly, and so you always want, if you can help it, to have pretty even heat. That way you don't have corners burning and stuff sticking to your pot, pan, cup, whatever it is you're using. And yeah, right now the weather, it's about 32 degrees outside with the wind chill. Like, the air temp says 38, and then wind chill, we're talking between 30 and 32. Got a really nice warm sleeping bag. Then I got that insulated jacket. Right now I'm just wearing a Wiccan t-shirt, a Woobie style hoodie, and then this BDU top. And yeah, like I said, I got that really nice insulated jacket. Then brought out the Snug Pack Tactical 3 sleeping bag, because it's going to be getting down to around 21 degrees, not counting wind chill. So between that and our Bivy, and then got it just in one of these BDU pockets here. This is in the newer model Akupa hand warmer, so we could, that sleeping bag is going to be more than enough for what we'll need, but we could always throw that in the sleeping bag. And then I have this on standby if I need to do things with my gloves off, just as a way to keep my hands warm. Go ahead and finish off those crackers in here. But hard to beat some good old chicken noodle soup on a cold winter day, especially whenever you're on the verge of getting a cold, as it sounds like I am. But yeah, this is turning out really good. I'm not sure how much more I will choose to get done on it this go round before it gets dark. But if anything, I can start probably stacking up a little bit right here on this head end here. As far as this opening, I kind of plan on keeping it somewhat more open. I'll go close this in, but like, I don't, like where this is still surrounded on these far edges right here, like kind of behind y'all, all of that blocks wind and stuff just really well on its own. So yeah, we'll see. And since there will be a part 2, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think you would like to see in terms of what I decide to do with this. That way we can have a little bit of a community project. Extremely tasty. Well, I'm going to finish this and just do a few smaller things to the shelter, and then probably a good idea to get our bedding and stuff laid out so that Savata pad could kind of flatten itself a bit. Sleeping bag locked up, all that good old stuff. Oh, and have a gander at that. We have got another snow flurry coming through. This one's a bit more intense compared to the one we had just a bit earlier. But yeah, I'm gonna take and get my bag in here and get things laid out. But I've actually got that back wall starting to look really, really nice. You know, still tons of light gaps, but for the amount of time I've had so far today, I'm happy with it. And the thing that you got to remember is I'm just constantly to go in between and step over and cross over and to collect the debris and stuff I'm using and break the sticks to size and all that. And that's what just adds up time working in and around a fallen tree like this. So. I'm just really happy to finally see a bit of snow. I want to go ahead and let this Bivy get snowed on and around. That way we can give her a good test. But here it is. There is the camo pattern. I feel like the Bivy has a bit more, well, I mean, it definitely does, a bit more of the green in its camo pattern compared to this BDU set. Here's our Snug Pack Tactical 3. Got my Zubilee's pillow. I'll leave the pillow in the bag for now. But bro, we're actually getting a nice little dust in here. But yeah, that right there is a great example of the mountain weather and just how the air currents and stuff change. Like the wind was blowing really hard from this back direction, and then just as this front come through with this light dust and a snow, it done a 180 degree and it's blowing in, which is fine. That's why it's always good to have a Bivy bag, because all of the snow that you're seeing right here, nothing's got through like this area where our plaster nothing is, or even nothing's dropping through right here, even though there's a lot of holes. It's all just kind of blowing in that way. But we have got our Bushman travel gear pad. Just about swallowed crooked right there. This fits the profile of the actual military Bivy extremely well, so that's why I wanted to bring this pad in particular to see how it does with this pad, with this Bivy bag. Like, I don't have it on the outside of my pack right now, but we got the Zoleo emergency communicator. That way, you know, if we needed it for any emergency situation, we got it. The same Eaton Wolf pump here, still not charged it, but it's not showed any sign of dying on me. Alrighty. So yeah, and this Bivy does seem to have like a thicker bottom almost in the military version, because I don't think the bottom isn't the tri-laminate material, it's breathable, it's just the top layer. It's just, I really, after seeing this Bivy, it's one that I wanted to start field testing and share with you guys, because like the surplus wood, the surplus woodland bivy, you know, is going up in price. And just if there was a really solid aftermarket alternative, which I say, like, just initial feel on all of this does feel solid. Like all the seams and stuff seem like they're very well done. And you know, it's got the snap, so it's compatible with the military sleep system sleeping bags, and I think you can also get aftermarket versions of those. Yeah, but yeah, high protection, water repellent, breathable. And then, yeah, as I said, Snug Pack Tactical 3. Use this. The temp rate for this one, the comfort limit is about 19 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 10 degrees Fahrenheit. I've used this in close to 18 degrees with you know, some thick layers that get down to 21. I got the hand warmer, got that stuff. Got this Bivy jacket, but I will probably just be rocking a t-shirt for the first part of it, or just a Bivy, because here in a second when I put on my insulated jacket that I brought with me, we'll be taking the Bivy off and this BDU top and letting it kind of chill out inside of our bag so it doesn't get any excess moisture. Because this has that, I think it's some type of reflective bits in the insulation, and it just works insanely well. And the thing that I wasn't sure about, because I couldn't remember, this does have the zip on the same side as the Bivy bag, which is always nice. So bada bing, bada boom. That can be lofting up. I would go about our business. Once you get a little bit of snow on that Bivy, it does really blend in even that much better. So yeah, down in the bottom, I try not to drag out. This will be another good test for the water repellency of this Brooklyn Armed Forces Equix jacket. And I also got some mittens in the pockets of this. But yeah, our Bivy's nice and dry still. And this doesn't seem to have really soaked up any moisture either. Cool deal. Okay, and the two main lights I brought out with me, we've obviously got the Oudass that we've been using a lot for filming. Then a new one that come in around Christmas time is this Phoenix CL27R. Really nifty little light. We'll talk about it in more detail sometime. Just a quick few things, you know, rechargeable. It's got a twist knob, if I can figure out which side it's on, to turn it on, and you can make it white light or yellow warm light, just with that little adjustment. And it's got red light on it, which is one of the main reasons why I wanted to bring it. So whenever I'm not filming and I'm just chilling in this area, got a lot of really nice red light. So I'm going to take and get our light here out, and I'm ready to get that stove going again to make some foods. I just got it out of the bag. We're going with some of the ReadyWise Pro beef stroganoff with cream sauce. Really, really good. Had it a good few times now. And this was just some pine that was hanging underneath of a tree, so the snow didn't even get to it. But there is a little bit of snow at the very bottom of my thing here. I shook it out pretty good, but shouldn't be enough moisture to cause any problems. Yeah, definitely has dropped, but this jacket with a t-shirt on underneath it, and where I've been moving around, it's been fine. I have been wearing the mittens. I just took them off, put them back in the pocket. It's for anybody that's wondering, it's these military surplus mittens. They work very, very well. And just keep it in my jacket. Alrighty. We should be good to go, tucked away in our little hidey hole here. And one thing to note, the internal mesh pockets that's in this thing that are meant to where you can put gloves and or just any wet clothing, base layers to dry out, fit one of these no problem. So, one little fact there. It's been not quite as long as I normally wait, but I think we'll be good to go with this rehydrating. So, cheers, guys. Always good to fuel up before you bed down to stay warm. Alrighty, guys, it is time to hit the hay. I'm ready to get in this sleeping bag and get it warm. I can always take and stick my feet down this jacket, but I got the hand warmer thing warm, the hand warmer thing handy. Got most of the snow brushed off of this thing. Open it up. Because even just taking and kneeling on this sleeping bag through the bivy, like whatever that reflectotherm stuff is they put in the insulation, you start being able to feel your body heat reflected back on you, like within 20 to 30 seconds through the bivy. And I checked, because one of the big things I was waiting for, my pants, I mean, we really, we didn't get a ton of snow. What we did get was just wind snow, so my pants and stuff are dry except for maybe just an inch of the base of my pants leg there, so nothing to worry about. it. But you want to approach this slightly different if your clothing had got really wet. And then, yeah, we'll just keep this in the bivvy if we need it, and it'll be warm to throw on in the morning. Just keep it off to the side. And then I'm going to have it mostly covering my head, but I'll probably leave a little bit of a gap because it's nice just to be able to take in the cool, crisp winter air. We'll just kind of shove that down towards our feet a bit. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get cozy and I will see y'all in the morning. This here Akupa thing, it makes everything down inside here super warm. This here Bivy has done great. There is a good bit of condensation, as much, I don't know how well that will show up, and I'll throw up a thing, the actual air temp around 13 degrees. I'll check back in with y'all probably about 30-45 minutes. I'm very comfortable condensation wise. Obviously with this type of setup there's a bit of condensation, but nothing any different than the Gore-Tex military sleep system. So just this first impression, pretty much identical, just having this top layer tri-layer laminate. Really enjoying it. We got really cold temps last night. I've got my hand warmers in here. It got down to, with wind chill, 12 to 13 degrees. So really good test of how this Bivy and this particular sleeping bag did, and it done very well. I'm worried I'm getting the cold right now, so I gotta get over that. But until then, guys, I really appreciate y'all taking time to watch the video. Please let me know your thoughts, opinions, questions down in the comment sections. Yeah, guys, until the next one, adios.